Hello and welcome to Making AI Work for You wherever you are on your journey, presented by WorkGrid. AI has been likened to the California gold rush. In the mid-1800s, people from all walks of life were running to stake their claim. Some came prepared, armed with tools, knowledge, and strategies. Others rushed blindly, driven by emotion and allure, quickly falling victim to bandits, the wild, or treacherous conditions. Fast forward to today, a new gold rush is upon us. But as we've seen in the news, there's a lot of potential risk around AI. Organizations which deployed AI use cases too soon got caught up in legal and ethical trouble, from the infamous Canada Air chatbot fiasco to the finance worker who spoofed in releasing 25 million to who he thought was his CFO. The beautiful promise of AI is fully dichotomized by its risk. The concerns around execution and the proper business use is certainly multifaceted, from the potential of data leaks to shadow AI that's happening everywhere to hallucinations. The list goes on and grows. Folks, my name is Rob Ryan, Head of Thought Leadership at WorkGrid Software, and I'm joined by Eric Martel, Senior Sales Engineer. Today, we will briefly discuss some security concerns, but more importantly, how you can begin to understand where you are on your AI maturity, while showcasing some wonderful AI assistant use cases that can enhance the employee experience wherever you happen to be. One standout revelation is that AI security has emerged as a top concern for businesses. According to a recent Gartner survey, board members recognize that while AI offers tremendous opportunities for innovation and efficiency, it brings significant security concerns that cannot be overlooked. These leaders understand that ensuring the safety and integrity of AI systems is critical, not only for protecting sensitive data, but ensuring proper business use and stakeholder trust. Now, at WorkGrid, we understand that transformative AI is the ultimate goal for many organizations, but it has to be right for you. So the question comes up, where are you on your journey? Now, there's many benchmarks that are out there for comparison to understand where your organization may fall. There's plenty of reports that are being published on a weekly and monthly basis to understand, well, what does the maturity curve as a whole look like? But in general, 18% of organizations, they're assessing. That means they haven't yet deployed AI, but they're thinking and planning. 34% are the active majority. That means that they are piloting use cases, attempting to prove business value, oftentimes focused on small employee experience usage, particularly around Gen AI. Close behind is another 30% where organizations, they're operational. They're leveraging AI for tangible business benefit within the organization. Last, 18% of businesses are transforming how they do work systemically across both employee and customer experiences. But depending on the stage, there has to be use cases and a governance framework in place that unlocks value while mitigating risk. So we're going to do just that. Showcase how organizations can deploy an AI assistant regardless of where they are within those maturity buckets. Now, for the first 18% of organizations that are at that assess stage, that means they've yet to formally introduce AI to employees and the workplace. They're still trying to understand the landscape. But even here, there's opportunity to improve the employee experience and the working day with the use of an AI assistant to deliver key notifications, news, alerts, nudges. Let's actually see some of those. Eric?
Sure. Thanks, Rob. And hi, everyone. Let's take a look at the basic capabilities of the AI assistant. So here I am, and I can open up my assistant down here in the right-hand corner. And the first thing I see when I open up my assistant is a greeting and what we call briefing. So briefing is essentially an aggregated, real-time, personalized feed of everything that I personally need to know and need to do across my corporate applications and information channels. So this includes action items and informational alerts and insights that sort of keep me in the flow and in the know throughout my day without forcing me to go read all my emails constantly or context switch across 10 different applications just to keep up to date with what's going on and what needs my action. And so in the action section up here, we can expand it, and essentially we see an aggregated list of approvals across multiple systems. So managers absolutely love this because no longer do they need to go sift through their inbox, click hyperlinks from automated emails sent by these systems, only to get taken to a clunky, confusing enterprise system experience. Here we're able to monitor for events across your systems using APIs and essentially surface just the necessary data for a manager to actually go make that decision and take action. So looks like Natasha is hiring a new employee. For most transactions like this, I would already have an idea that this was going on, and I really just want to hit that approve button, which I can. I can reject it right from here, and I can also go view that record directly directly in the source system if I want to dig into some of those details. But I'm going to go ahead and just hit approve, and boom, we see a success message alerting me that that transaction has gone back down into Workday in this case, and Natasha would get a notification saying Eric has approved your new employee request. And this same flow can be extrapolated for, again, any system and any action item. So whether it's a new phone that's being ordered in the ServiceNow system, or an expense report that's been submitted in SAP Concur, or a monthly Moments employee experience survey that I need to take, all my action items can be aggregated right up top in the briefing of the assistant. In the lower section, which is called For You, this really features more informational items, which are helpful for me throughout my day. So things like alerts around, hey, who on my team is going to be out of the office on which days during the week? Things like recommendations around, hey, there's been a few new job postings internally that you'd be a great fit for. We can also aggregate reminders around trainings and other company events. And we can lastly target communications to specific audiences of employees that the information is actually relevant to. So corporate comms loves using this to drive engagement and amplify the things they want to get eyeballs on throughout the day for employees. So hopefully that gives you a snapshot of some of these more basic capabilities for organizations in the assess phase.
Now, for 34% of organizations, they are active. That means they have pilots that remain in silos, and it's really projects to determine business value and use. These pilots are oftentimes tightly controlled, and they can be managed by both a use case perspective, particularly with the use of WorkGrid, and the usage of different AI models and types defined by your persona groups. Let's have a look at those.
Sure. So here I've pulled up Content Genie. And the idea of genies in the WorkGrid platform are essentially purpose-built, security-trimmed, Gen AI-powered use cases that are targeted to the specific audiences that need them. So instead of enabling a free and open LLM for everyone that can do anything, in this case, with WorkGrid, you have granular control over the specific capabilities you want to enable Gen AI for and exactly who can access these use cases. So in this case, we've created a model where it only generates safe for work content and have deconstructed the prompts into these inputs. So maybe I want to have an announcement of our company potluck where everyone should bring a dish and be ready to compete in games. Maybe I want it to be short and sweet with 100 words. I want it to be a blog post draft, and I want it in a corporate communications tone. So we've sort of taken what the prompt engineering side would need to input for this to work and deconstructed it into these inputs. So I can hit generate content, and we should see example blog post draft pop up momentarily. So there we go. Now, while this genie could be deployed to your corporate comms team, you could have many different versions of different types of genies that are deployed to different audiences. So I could have a coding genie for my engineering teams that is purpose-built to generate and troubleshoot software code. I could have a finance genie that's purpose-built for finance teams and for analyzing financial data. And the beauty of this is that all of these different genies can be brought to life using our low and no code integration builder, where you essentially can plug in different LLM models to power these different use cases, set different parameters and different prompts just by using this low/no code builder, and you'll be able to quickly and easily test performance without professional development requirements. So hopefully that paints the picture for these folks, Rob.
Now, for 30% of organizations, they find themselves continuing to prove business value via the use of AI. They're looking for new land. And at this stage, governance and program strategy, they're quite mature, they're driving decisions, as well as AI dexterity becomes top of mind. But even here, there's plenty of usage in which to expand and showcase the use of an AI assistant to enhance that employee experience. Eric?
Sure. So the operational phase is really where customers can start going beyond pure LLM capabilities that we took a look at a minute ago with our genies, and really begin combining the power of Gen AI in tandem with their business systems APIs to retrieve both knowledge and data for the end user just by using natural language. So let's take the example of I have an expense report that needs approval. And before I go act on this, I want to actually find a piece of knowledge. I want to make sure that this request for $27 is within the per diem limits. So all I need to do is go down here and say, what is the per diem when traveling? And we'll see the AI assistant not only understanding, okay, what is Eric asking about, but actually where can the answer be found? And can I extract a very concise answer from that source using generative AI. So I see here that it's $75 per day, which is great. I also see the source. This could be from SharePoint, this could be from ServiceNow, this could be from Workday or Salesforce, or this could be a document uploaded directly into the administrative console of the AI assistant. So really, we're an agnostic connective tissue to all the knowledge in your organization using APIs and LLM capabilities. And I'll be able to go up here and approve this expense report now. But this could be across any topic, right? This could be things like, what is my maximum dental benefit? Pretty much any topic can be serviced through AI knowledge like this. Additionally, it doesn't have to be just knowledge questions. It can also be things like system data. So I could say, what was my most recent payslip? And again, we'll see the assistant thinking, trying to determine what is the intent of Eric, and then what integration point do I have on the back end with a corporate system that can help answer the question that Eric asked. So boom, we get a summary, and I can also reveal this to see more data.
Last, 18% of organizations who have deeply embedded AI into their business, into their culture. They have robust program strategy as well as governance. They have the data integrity programs in place that are continuous and optimal. They're driving use cases across both EX and CX. There's still that opportunity in leveraging an AI assistant and the WorkGrid Builder platform. Let's showcase some of those.
Yeah, so with customers in the transformational phase of their AI journey, we really see them sort of continually pushing the envelope with more advanced agentic style use cases. These are essentially workflows and requests where an AI agent is actually going out and performing a task or helping me to take action on my behalf within a corporate system or application. And so, for example, maybe I'm a new employee and I need a new phone. I can say, hey, can I order an iPhone? Again, the assistant's going to sort of try and understand, okay, what is he asking for? It'll actually return a knowledge response here related to who is allowed to have smartphones or corporate smartphones. But I actually want to go order one. So I'm going to click the suggested app that enables me to dynamically go search the procurement system, in this case, ServiceNow. And again, this is going to be actually the options that I personally would have in that system if I were to go access it directly. So maybe I want the Apple iPhone 13. And again, instead of just forcing me to go out to that system and navigate that clunky enterprise experience, let's go grab just the necessary form inputs from ServiceNow to enable me to actually order the phone. So maybe I want the blue one at 256 gigs. I can actually hit order, and the AI assistant is going to actually send that transaction back down to ServiceNow. And again, the approver of that phone request would then get an approval in their AI assistant. So you can sort of start to see how these 360-degree processes are all facilitated in the AI assistant. On a different note, I could also do something like, hey, draft me an email to Scott. In this case, Scott's my boss. Title it Q3 check-in. Tell him I'm looking forward to discussing KPIs, work-life balance, and team outings, something like that, right? In this case, again, we're not only going to use the Gen AI capabilities to draft the content of that email, but we're actually going to couple that with the APIs from Microsoft Graph. And if I go over to my Outlook here, we will see a new draft titled Q3 check-in to Scott. So we're able to tie together the Gen AI capabilities with the APIs from your source systems to enable these agentic use cases. And again, the beautiful thing about this is all of this is powered via our low/no code builder. So here we can see that use case I just showed around email drafting. It's a feature of the Office Productivity Agent, which is powered by the OpenAI data source as well as the Microsoft Graph data source. And all of these features and agentic use cases can be brought to life simply using our drag and drop Canvas interface. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what the customers in the transforming phase are doing.
Okay, so how do you get started on this journey depending on where you are? At first, to enhance both the organization and the employee experience, well, you need to understand where you want to be. And that starts by assessing your AI maturity level and identifying those strategic gaps. Next, for those early stage organizations, it's beginning with small proof of concepts that are aligned to specific personas that demonstrate business value that should certainly be cost effective and low risk, oftentimes focusing on productivity, Gen AI use cases within small pockets. For more mature organizations, focusing on that continuous improvement and optimal use of AI, they can begin to grow and expand their program strategy as well as their use case roadmaps. Last, remember that governance frameworks, they must evolve alongside your AI initiatives. This is an ongoing program designed to enrich your business and not just a one-off project. Thank you, folks, for your time. If you'd like to learn more, feel free to reach out at hello@workgrid.com or have a look at us at workgrid.com.